Today I'm gonna make a bigger vase. I think it's around 7 pounds of clay I'm gonna start with. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go through my steps of throwing something a little bit bigger. It's a lot more fun than throwing little 1 pound things. It's a lot easier to center the clay and all that. Slap center it. Just kind of like plop it in the center and just kind of slap it in place while you're turning the wheel. Kind of get some of the bulk centering out of the way. So when I'm centering more clay, I tend to center a little bit slower. The slow wheel speed kind of, I don't know. It's just, I find it a lot easier to center if it's not super fast. When I'm centering, I'm bracing my left elbow kind of on my thigh and against the edge of the tray here, and try to make it so it just does not move. And then with my right hand, I'm going to push the clay around, try to make it so I'm pushing into my hand that's not moving, and then when it has nowhere to move, it goes right into the center. You don't have to use a lot of force when you're centering. Even when you're centering like 7 pounds like this, or 10 pounds, or 20 pounds, you just don't need to use a lot of force. Let the wheel and the circular motion work for you. So I'm going to cone up on this, just because it's a lot of clay, and I kind of want to maybe make something a little bit taller. And I find when I'm making something taller, if I can cone up to the height that I want the final piece to be, it kind of, when you're doing your pulls and everything, it kind of just wants to go back up to that height, so it really helps out. It also helps with centering. Another thing I do to kind of help with moving clay around when centering is, with my right hand I'll use my fingertips and I'll have them spread out a little bit, and it digs into the clay better and it's able to move more clay around. And then with my left hand, kind of smooths out those little ridges that it leaves behind. So I'm a little bit taller here. And then when I push down, I'm pushing kind of forward and down into my other hand. When you do that, the clay really kind of centers itself. So it's pretty centered. That's about the width I want it, so I'll go ahead and open it up. I usually open up with both of my thumbs, and then I start off center just a little bit, not trying to get it right in the center at first, and that'll find a center for your other thumb to go into. Kind of helps create like a little divot for your other thumb to go into. And just push down, supporting the walls with my fingers. You don't want to go out of center while you're opening. I still do sometimes. Happens. And there's no more room for your thumbs. Use your fingers. Just kind of drill down. With bigger stuff like this, it's kind of hard to gauge how thick the bottom is, so I use a needle tool and check it. Right about 1/4 inch, so don't do it down anymore. And that'll probably get a little bit thicker when I collar in and stuff, but I'll just compress that hole out for right now. Now I'll widen out the bottom. It's really important to keep your left hand or your outside hand steady while you do that. You gotta push into your other hand while you're opening. And once you got it about as wide as you want, then go ahead and compress the bottom. It's easier to do it now than it is when the walls are a foot high, so just move from the outside wall on the bottom, compress towards the center, and you'll get a little fountain of clay that pops up in the middle, and that's fine. Looks like this. Just pull that out, and that's how you know it's well compressed. So I'm just going to even the bottom out now. Still going from the outside in, just not with as much force. Just trying to get that bottom evened up. Alright. Collar in a little. And then I'm going to do some pulls here. The bulk pulls. I'll put my palm against, or my hand against the clay here, and kind of in this little pocket right here, I'll use my other hand and I'll push the clay into that and then pull it up. You can get a lot of clay moved pretty quickly with that. So I am pushing into the middle with this hand and then scooping up with the other hand. Just gets a lot of the clay up off the bottom and into the wall where you want it. Just gonna collar in. Do another bulk pull. One more just because it's like an inch thick at the bottom here, so make sure it's nice and slick. And slow wheel speed. You don't need to be going fast when you're doing this. now, since I'm going to make this taller, I'm going to go ahead and thin out the top half first, just so that the top is not so heavy when I go to pull the bottom up. And it's pretty even right now, the wall thickness, but I just don't want to be super top heavy when I'm pulling the bottom up, so go ahead and pull the top half up here and thin it out. Use a sponge for that. Press the rim, collar it in. And my knuckle pulls, I'm basically setting it up so that when I'm pushing in here with my knuckle, I'm pushing inside into this little divot here. And when you do that, it makes it a lot easier to maintain control. Coloring to kind of even out. Knuckle pull. Okay, now it's pretty thick, so I mean it's not pretty thick, it's pretty tall, so I'm gonna have to it is still kind of thick though, so I'm gonna have to stand up and do the next pull. It's kind of nice even wheel speed. It's really hard to brace your arms when you're standing up. I try to lock my elbow into my stomach and then my left arm, just try to keep it as straight as possible. Thick down below, so I'm going to do one last pull before I start shaping. I'll use my fingertips on this one. So, shaping. To remove some of the slip and get some initial shape in with the wood rib. Dirty wood rib. Clean it. So, just kind of scrape off some of that buttress at the bottom. Pushing against the wood rib with my left hand as I can. Nice and slow on the wheel so we're not having friction problems. With the rib here, and then I'll switch to my stainless rib and really get some shaping going. Actually, I've got a texture tool that I haven't used in quite a while. I might use that on here before I stretch it out too far. That might be cool. Alright, this is a little like massage tool. I think I got it from the Japanese dollar store Daiso. And it's just got little lumps on it and in a pattern there. And I just get my inside in. Actually, there's a sponge for this on the inside. Start a little ways off the bottom. I don't want the bottom to be textured. I'm just going to press that in. Like that. Maybe a little bit more up here. It's got kind of like a ostrich skin type texture. So, anyway, on to shaping. shape it some more. Shaping the piece, I'm trying to keep a profile shot so I can see what it's going to look like when I'm done. That looks trimming it here on the foot so that we don't have to do it when it's leather hard. for watching.